Hello, and welcome to Community Forum. I'm Kelly Carrara, your host for this segment, which I'm actually calling Fashion Forum, since my guest is one of the South Shore's brightest fashionistas, Michaud. Michelle was a born fashion lover and has never stopped playing dress up. She's worked in the fashion industry for nearly 10 years and is the creator and the author of the fashion blog, Pink Champagne. She has been a style consultant to both men and women in her years of sales, merchandising, and PR, and has most recently become part of an elite circle of young, stylish bloggers impacting the world of fashion as we know it. Gone are the days of waiting for the monthly issue of Vogue to appear in your mailbox. Fashion bloggers are now the trendsetters, affecting retailers worldwide with their opinions, and better yet, own snapshots of personal fashion and fashion advice through their blogs and social media. Michelle is one of these, on the cutting edge of this stylish revolution, pairing her passion for fashion and industry knowledge into one very exciting and sought-after daily read on Pink Champagne. She joins us today to talk not only about her blog, but how fashion itself is evolving. She'll give us the top 10 trends of summer 2013, her must-haves, and answer some common style questions. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you for having me today. I'm thrilled to be here with you talking about fashion, one of my favorite things to chat about.
Oh, well, it's so fun, and as the weather is warming up, definitely we want to talk about those hot summer trends. But first, I want to know a little bit about how you got into the fashion industry itself. Have you always loved playing dress up?
Always. Since the time that I was a little girl, my mom will joke around that she would deck me out head to toe with gloves, purse, a bow in my hair, and I would sleep in rollers and never complained. So I've always loved getting dressed up, putting outfits together, and we can blame my mom for where it all started.
Or thank your mom. I think that's like the ultimate girly thing, to want to play dress up, and certainly have those tea parties where you dress up. But dressing every day is like a fashion show.
Absolutely. They say the world is your runway, and every day is a fashion show. So you get to wear whatever you want and present yourself to the world every day.
Now, is that how the blog came about, you thinking of the world as your runway?
The blog started just by reading other blogs, actually. Like we said, I've always loved fashion and all things girly, so by reading other blogs that were talking about all of those things, I really got addicted and hooked. So after reading more and more, commenting, and kind of getting involved in the blog world, I decided to launch my own. And at that point, I was engaged, so a lot of it was wedding planning ideas, inspiration, a lot of styling tips. And after the wedding came and went, I loved it so much, I kept it going.
Okay, so the blogging industry, that's pretty new, right? Would you say, what, last 5 years or so?
I would say around the last 5 years, definitely. It was newer back then, and I've seen in those 4 years a lot of changes. Even since then, a lot more bloggers are out there. It's a little bit harder to be unique and get your name heard, but also there's so many opportunities for bloggers now that it's a whole new world out there.
So what started as getting inspiration has now led you to giving inspiration.
Absolutely, and I think as the community of bloggers grows more and more, everyone's getting inspired by each other and sharing ideas, and the whole fashion community can come together.
So how do you grow the blogging industry? You said there are a lot more bloggers out there, but how do you get to know them? How do you make yourself stand out as a premier fashion blogger and keep the notoriety going?
I think a lot of it is staying true to yourself. Your personality definitely shines through your blog, and the blog almost becomes a brand, so you have to stay true to the brand and everything will flow well together. And also by reading others, commenting, you really start to get to know some of the other girls out there and build some relationships and develop that conversation back and forth where you can really talk about everything that's going on in the industry.
It's interesting you say brand, because when I think brand and fashion, I automatically go to retailers like Ralph Lauren, very distinguishable brand in the marketplace. You yourself have an MBA in marketing, so marketing this brand for your own self, is it similar to how retail operations work?
Very similar, and I think marketing and the blog world go hand in hand, and I've seen this happen a lot more as social media grows more and more and becomes a bigger part of marketing. Every different area of social media connects, and it all has to be part of that same brand or you're confusing your readers. Like I said, staying true to yourself and making everything one big message that flows well together and letting each channel work.
So
in conjunction.
When you say one big message, do you have a message per day? I know a blog is sort of a small daily read, or every other day if you can keep it up. So it's almost like your personal magazine. So you're putting out an article a day or an article a week or something like that. Is that what it is?
Absolutely. I try to post every day, Monday through Friday, unless things get a little crazy. But I think that's a big thing too, is keeping consistency. So your readers know that when they come back at this time each day, there's going to be some new fun content for them to read.
And blogs are not just words on a page or words on a computer screen. I know as they evolve, there's more and more pictures, there's interactive, there's links to certain retailers to have people go to shop where maybe you're shopping or where your look came from. Is that something you research and put into your blog posts as well?
Definitely, and I think the visual aspect is so important because people don't want to just go to your site and read an essay each day. It's not just your diary. You're really trying to show them these trends that you're talking about and photos of the outfits that you're wearing, and really getting it across visually is much clearer than just speaking about these trends.
Mm-hmm. And you've made a lot of connections through through your blog and through commenting on other blogs, right?
Absolutely. And all of these girls out there are using all the same social media platforms. So by reading each other's blogs, then you become Facebook friends, you follow each other on Twitter, following each other on Instagram, so you really feel like you get to know these girls well.
That's what I was going to ask when you say social platforms. So there's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is primarily photos?
Yes, absolutely.
And then, okay, the biggest social media form that's new to me is Pinterest. So that's a lot of photos out there, right?
Yes, Pinterest is a lot of fun, and Pinterest, I don't go on as often, but when I go in, I get sucked in, and I'm in there forever because you just keep seeing all these other ideas and you can pin away, and it's a great way to organize all of your ideas and inspiration into boards by topic.
Okay, so you could have like a summer board that you pin and have certain outfits that you would go to.
Absolutely. And what's great about Pinterest is when you click on the item, it can take you to that page where you can buy. So
instantly.
You can make a shopping wish list and have it just sitting there for you until you're ready to buy.
I would think retailers are really looking to bloggers to help market their things.
Absolutely. It's a great relationship that works both ways. If a blogger is right for the brand, it's perfect. It's free advertisement. They're really showing how they wear it. It's beyond just seeing an item in a catalog or on a website. You're seeing a real person and how they styled that item.
And do retailers go and seek bloggers like yourself to say, hey, I love your style. I would love it if you could blog about me, or do they give you any incentives to blog about them?
Definitely, and I think that's one of the things that has really come a long way since blogging began, say 5-ish years ago. Now as it's grown more and more, retailers are reaching out to bloggers and not just the other way around. They're seeing this great free form of advertising and reaching out to a blogger that they feel is right for the brand, either giving them samples, sending them something and say, wear it your way. It's just a great way to get it out there.
I see a lot of giveaways too, and it makes me think, okay, a retailer has paired with this blogger to actually give something away.
Yes, which is also great because it drives all of the readers to the site and is driving traffic. It might introduce a brand to someone that had never known it before, and they see this item and it draws them in and they get excited about it.
This is marketing at its most grassroots level, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Wow, I think it's just amazing how far it has come, because as a retailer, you would take out an ad in a fashion magazine or something if you wanted to get your brand across. And now a lot of bloggers are doing this for free.
Absolutely.
They're saying, hey, this is a brand I love, and they're talking about it, and there's no money exchanging hands, but what's more important? It's the talk on the street, right?
Right, absolutely. And as it's growing more and more, some of the big bloggers are making this their full-time professions. And they become brand ambassadors or different events and really just marketing the brands.
Speaking of events, you recently met up with some fellow fashion bloggers in New York City at a fashion conference. Is that correct?
Yes, that was a blast. That was in February. It was called IFBCon, which is the Independent Fashion Bloggers Conference.
Okay.
And kicks off Fashion Week. So it was the very beginning of Fashion Week in New York City. Everyone's excited, and 400 fashion bloggers from across the country gathered at this conference. So speakers, keynote CEOs, and really just speaking about all of the big trends and what bloggers need to know now with the way everything has been changing and evolving.
So Pink Champagne was loose in New York City, meeting all these other bloggers and actually putting faces with names and stories that you've probably been reading for years.
Absolutely. Like I said, after connecting with these girls on so many different platforms, you feel like you know each other. And so nice to finally get to meet in person and give them a hug and put a face to the name.
Absolutely. So once you did meet these girls and talk about fashion, you kind of made some personal, special relationships, right?
Yes. So when we got back home after the conference was over, we had had so much fun together that the idea of a collaboration came to life. There were 6 of us bloggers. 3 were from up north and 3 down south, so we called it North versus South Style. And we picked our favorite trends for spring, and each week we would show each of us wearing an outfit showing that trend.
Okay, so is this a little like Style Wars on on TLC? Will we see fashion throwdowns of anything?
Much friendlier. Not as much competition, more just about really showcasing a certain trend in different ways and showing how creatively you can wear a different look.
Okay, so I imagine with that came some photo shoots.
Absolutely, which was also a lot of fun. Each week we would see what the trend was and go out and find a nice location and snap away. So that was a lot of fun. And take your own
pictures. So you would be featured on each other's blog once a week showing that one trend.
Yes. So how we worked it, we would each link to each other on our blog. So whoever my readers are would come to the site, see my look, but also 5 other girls wearing the same trend in a different way. And then they could click on the links and go to each of the other blogs and get introduced to some other styles, get to know them, and see how it's worn.
Yeah, what a great way to build up readership too.
Absolutely.
I know you have several hundred followers right now, but there are blogs out there that have several thousand followers. So
Absolutely.
What a great way to, again, cross-market yourselves when you're, speaking the same language, fashion.
Exactly.
Another thing that you guys did was, you talked about the big trends of the season, and did you talk about regionally how it's different from the north to the south?
Well, each week we would laugh because we would also submit our photos by Monday, I believe it was, for our post that was going live on Friday so we could get everything all set. So that's when we would see each other's looks. We knew what we were wearing, but it would be revealed how the other girl styles it, which is always a lot of fun.
Oh, the big reveal is always great. And I love to see how someone else wears a certain color or a certain pattern.
Right. So some weeks we were laughing that we all picked almost the exact same type of look and looked very similar, and other weeks you could absolutely see personality shine through, from leather in New York City that was a little bit edgier and trendier to big hair down south. Definitely showcasing the trend, but showing how it works across the country and universally.
But that's another thing, not just regionally. Fashion really has a lot to do with self-expression and personality. So, you see the top trends of the season, but it really is how you make them work for your own look. Right?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I love getting dressed every day. You really get to let your personality shine through, and each day is a new adventure, so it's the face that you're showing the world.
Right, and making fashion comfortable for you and your personality. Nothing's worse than seeing someone that's uncomfortable but wearing the trend.
Right, exactly. You have to make it work for yourself, and if you're comfortable in your own skin, you're going to look fantastic, and that will shine through. You
were talking about how you saw some leather in New York City when some of these bloggers were blogging, and that's what I immediately think of when I think fashion. I say New York. Maybe Miami, maybe LA, but I don't necessarily think Boston when I think fashion. Maybe it's a little too buttoned up?
Well, that's what has started. We have started a group called Boston Style Makers, where it was that exact idea behind the whole concept. New York City is just thriving with fashion. It's everywhere, around every corner. The fashion industry is centered there in a way. And Boston's a fantastic city. So we really want to get fashion out in Boston and get some really fun events going. So each month, a group of fashion bloggers and girls in the fashion industry meet and really just brainstorm ideas, share tips, chat about the industry, and we really want to start building up the fashion community in Boston because there is such great potential for it. It's a great city.
Absolutely. And you know, when I walk down Newbury Street, I see color, I see heels, I see new styles all the time, and amidst these great shops. But I don't think Boston gets the credit it deserves.
That's right. So it's about time it does.
Absolutely. And there used to be a hotel in the city that hosted Thursday night fashion shows.
Yes.
You know,
that's the Liberty Hotel, and they still do. They call it Fashionably Late.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's late on a Thursday night.
Yes.
And are different retailers represented, or how is that?
I believe that it's 10 o'clock on Thursday nights,
okay.
And it's just in the open part of the Liberty Hotel, so anyone can attend. But they have these little runway shows, which I think is a fantastic way for different stores, designers to get their name out there. So most of them are either little boutiques in Boston or designers from the area, and they get to showcase some of their looks. And it really does give you that Fashion Week feel.
Oh, definitely. And there has been Fashion Night Out in Boston, so definitely that persona of maybe Boston being more puritanical and buttoned up has been brought to the forefront of trying to get involved.
Absolutely. Boston fashionistas are ready to let loose.
Well, that would be great to see and have them get the recognition they deserve, for sure.
Yes.
Let's see. So I want to talk a little bit more about actual summer must-haves and summer style. You've brought the top 10 trends of summer 2013 to take us through. I think that'll be a lot of fun. You can always find Michelle blogging about these on pinkchampagne.blogspot.com, but she's going to take us through the top 10 summer looks. So, all right, let's start with our first slide for that.
Okay, so our very first trend is neon. Now, neon has been all over, and not in the same way as it was back in the 80s. Don't get scared. Don't bust out your Ocean Pacific brights. But neon is definitely back in a big way. So we've seen this all over the runways and also in all the stores that we're shopping in. So definitely lots of color everywhere, and these fun pops of neon are fantastic for sunny skies and warm days.
That's great. I love neon, especially it adds a pop of color under a suit at the office, for sure.
Definitely. And it's not just for fun. Like you said, you can wear it in the office. You can incorporate all of these trends no matter where you're going.
The next trend we have is chevron.
So chevron, we have seen this all over too, and this is such a fun print. It's a great take on the classic stripe, but gives it a little bit more of a fun look. And as you can see in these looks, the chevron dress, adorable. I've also seen maxi skirts, dresses, shorts, pants, you name it. Chevron is everywhere.
Okay, so it's not going to give me a look that looks like a big check mark on me when I wear a skirt. It's more of an exaggerated horizontal stripe.
Absolutely, which can be very flattering because the stripe up and down instead of just the horizontal stripes can actually be slimming if worn the right way.
Oh, I love that look. And here's another fun one, the peplum.
Love peplum. I love girly style, and peplum is such a ladylike silhouette. Some of these looks that you see here, you can see it's either a top, a skirt, with pants. No matter how you pair it, it looks fabulous. And like I said, we've seen it from the runways to even local stores. You can get some fantastic deals. I actually found a peplum top at JCPenney for $10.
Oh, wow, $10. So
I had to buy a few, naturally, in every color. But fantastic. I've worn it with skirts, pants.
And I've seen the peplum in both a dress and kind of over a skirt, and then I've seen it in like this top that we have here with pants.
Absolutely. It can be worn in so many ways and so flattering. It cinches at the waist and really just gives you that ladylike look.
So it would hide a hip if you have a hip, not give you a hip.
That's right. It shows off that teeny little waist and flares out at the hip, just where you're supposed to have your curves.
Right, and I would think it would kind of give you that, like you said, silhouetted look that is so sought after.
Exactly.
anything we can get to help us out.
Instant curves.
Now, the next thing is something I absolutely love. I'm wearing a bubble necklace today.
Yes.
I see a lot at J. Crew.
Absolutely.
I actually got this one at Charming Charlie for $20.
That's amazing. I believe J. Crew was the one who started the bubble necklace.
I think so.
And then they popped up everywhere. So you can find that fabulous style at a great deal. You can get one in every color for your wardrobe.
Statement jewelry.
Huge.
Yeah.
Anything definitely can spice up a basic outfit, or when you're dressed up, it really just adds that extra pop. Statement necklaces have been huge and really framing the face, drawing attention up to your greatest assets.
And forget about whatever else you're wearing. This is an instant outfit completer and an updater, because you put it on with a t-shirt and jeans, a t-shirt and shorts, and you're good to go.
Absolutely. Instant outfit.
Okay, moving on. Nautical. It's summertime in New England. A lot of us are going to the Cape, a lot of us are at the beach. This nautical inspiration is everywhere too.
Absolutely. Summertime on the shore always brings some nautical trends, and this summer is no exception. Navy blues, whites, stripes, red, a little Americana, all very nautical and all fabulous for days spent on the water.
I've seen a lot of navy with orange, so it's maybe a little updated nautical, would you say?
Absolutely. It's a very fun way to still do the trend, and the orange gives it a little bit of interest. It's a little bit unexpected. I've also seen navy with hot pink, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, adorable. Yeah. And seersucker. Is seersucker considered nautical, or is that just a summer trend that's always in?
Absolutely, I would say both. It has that nautical feel, but also no matter where you are, you don't have to be on the ocean. Seersucker is a fabulous summer fabric.
Okay. Our next trend, black and white.
Black and white has been
opposites
huge.
attract.
Exactly. We've gone from neons in color to black and white. But black and white has been making a big statement this spring and summer. And as you can see with these dresses, very light, flowy. You can either dress it up or down. This middle look is very 60s mod-esque, which I have seen all over too as well. So there are a lot of fun ways to pair black and white, and very chic.
Mm-hmm. Now, the opposite of black and white, color.
Yes.
And prints and pastels. So our next trend is the colored bottom trend.
Yes.
I think a lot of people in the past have been afraid to wear color or prints on their lower halves because it brings attention to it.
Right.
But talk to us about this trend here.
So colored bottoms and printed bottoms have added so much fun to our wardrobes. Back, I remember when everyone was just wearing white pants in the summer, black pants in the winter, jeans, and that was really your only bottoms option, and all of your color and interest would come from your tops. Now that we have bright colored bottoms and every color of the rainbow and fun prints, it really adds a lot to the outfit and gives so many more opportunity to style different ways.
I think it's so fun. And with the skinny jean, I think that's a way to also get in on the trend and that skinny silhouette that we all look for, and do that pop of color. So bottoms up.
Absolutely. That's right.
Okay, got it. Another trend I've been seeing is chambray.
Yes.
Okay, not denim on denim in the old 80s sense, but chambray worn as dress wear.
Absolutely. Chambray is fantastic because it can be worn so many different ways. It can be dressed up, dressed down. The chambray button-down shirt is really what I've been seeing all over the place. I've styled it with a pencil skirt and tucked in for a little bit more of a buttoned-up office look, with shorts, untucked, rolled at the sleeves, a little bit more laid back for a breezy summer day. You can really do any type of bottom with this, and it's just a great neutral, but beyond a simple
It is neutral, and most people don't think of chambray being a neutral. So instead of doing that black sweater or that white button down, you could almost layer the chambray, wear it as a jacket.
Absolutely. Wear it under things, over. It's a great layering piece or worn on its own.
Another thing that might be a little scary for people this year is the mixing of prints and patterns. I know typically you stay away from that, and that's a little scary, but if done right, it's really a fun look to pull off.
Absolutely, and I think this is a lot of fun because this is one of the first times that I've seen prints mixed this dramatically. And I think people do get a little nervous and can tend to shy away from it since You don't want to look like a clown, but when done the right way, it can be a lot of fun. So I think some of the basic rules for mixing prints, if you stick in the same color palette, so either you can see one of these looks is green with blue, and one's a stripe, one's a floral, but it flows very well and meshes.
Okay, so I see a lot of floral with stripe.
Absolutely.
Mixing going on.
Yes, I think of stripes or polka dots as a neutral, or any type of black and white could be a neutral with a really fun
Okay,
print.
that is a trend right there. Stripes and polka dots as a neutral. That's totally new. Okay, so we have all these great things to look at. Now let's talk about handbags, because that's another investment that you can make for the summer and instantly update a wardrobe too.
Absolutely. So in the summer, my schedule consists of boat days, beach days, and dinner, going out with friends. So during the day, the beach tote is my go-to. You can throw whatever you need in it for the boat or going to the beach, sunblock, towels, everything. So a really cute tote is the perfect accessory to have with you. And at night, I love the clutch. You don't want anything big and bulky when you're going out later at night, and the straw is just so summery.
Oh, the straw is so summer, but this year I see a lot of colored straw versus that natural basket.
Right, which is a lot of fun too. It adds that color to your wardrobe. Or I've also seen the natural straw with pops of color. So the handle or the clasp will be a bright neon or fun little pop. Lots of metallics.
So mixing trends within trends.
Exactly. The possibilities are endless.
It really sounds like it. It seems like this year more than ever that color is so important.
Yes, there are so many fun ways that this trend can be played up, and it's fantastic.
You were just talking about what your summer days consist of, and I wanted to ask you what your top 5 summer things are to have. So I know you brought those along with you. If you could kind of just take us through your top 5 summer must-haves that you carry along.
Of course. So as we just mentioned, during the day, days are spent with the beach tote. So this is one of my absolute favorites, very nautical with the sailboats. Like I said, we love being on the water, and it is from one of my favorite brands, Lilly Pulitzer.
Oh.
So much fun, so much color, and
Lilly
lots of fun.
Lily's definitely a summer brand when I think.
Absolutely. When you think of resort and sunny days, the whole fun in the sun lifestyle. So this is our number 1 with the beach tote.
Okay, number 2.
Another one that we just mentioned is the straw clutch, and in color. So this one I got at J. Crew. It was a J. Crew factory steal, and they're always having fabulous sales. So you don't need to break the bank on style, but loved the hot pink and the little pop with the orange and the gold hardware. So much fun. Perfect just to hold at night. You can fit wallet, keys, lip gloss, whatever you need for the night, and that's it, all your essentials.
The essentials: keys, credit card, and lip gloss.
There you go, and cell phone.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can be snapping Instagram photos. Next, I live in, as you will be able to see from the condition that they are in, either silver or gold, Jack Rogers or Bonanos, both the same style. It's the Navajo sandal. They are the perfect accessory, very summery. Jackie O actually made them very popular when she was seen wearing them back in the 60s. So very, very classic and perfect with shorts, a sundress, whatever it may be. Bathing suit and cover up, a tunic, you're good to go.
Isn't it funny, with all of these trends that we talk about here for the summer, we go back to Jackie.
Absolutely.
She was the original trendsetter. I think, at least for maybe our mother's generation or our generation, we still look to her for, you mentioned Lilly Pulitzer. She really made Lilly popular with her shift dresses, with her Jack Rogers flats.
Absolutely.
I mean, you see pictures of her in Greece wearing those, and it applies as well today as it did back then.
Absolutely. And her signature Big Jackie O sunnies, of course.
Oh, of course, the sunglasses. Well, of course we need those for summer too.
That's right. So, speaking of, my 4th is the shift dress. So, when the temperatures are hot, I live in sundresses. This, again, like I said, Lilly is one of my favorites. So, this is a Lilly Pulitzer. You can see.
Adorable.
Just a little shift. It has little toes and whales, very nautical. And here we go with the navy and white with a pop of pink instead of red.
Right.
So a really fun way to work this trend. I actually wore this on the 4th of July last year.
Oh, well, that passes for red, white, and blue.
That's right, close enough.
Pink, blue, and white. And I love the little grommets. So this absolutely plays into that nautical trend.
Absolutely.
And the grosgrain ribbon. This is really sweet. I love this.
Yes, in summer days, dresses are so easy to throw on. They're perfect for the warmer temperatures and very chic as well. And finally, another dress, the maxi dress.
Oh, I love a maxi dress. It's so easy to put on, and it's cool for the summer nights.
Absolutely. Very breezy, beachy, easy. You throw it on and instantly feel put together and dressed up. This is from the Millie for Banana line that just launched a few weeks ago, which Millie is one of my favorite designers. So I was ecstatic to buy Millie at banana prices. And this maxi was a must for the summer.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Millie pairing up with Banana. A lot of retailers are going out to high fashion designers from stores like Banana Republic to even Target.
Absolutely. There have been some great collaborations at Target with some high-end designers that you may not be able to go and shop the runway looks that are out of most people's budgets.
So that's really an incentive for the designers themselves.
Absolutely. They're able to reach the masses by including the same look at a lower price point in stores like Target that are everywhere for everyone to shop in.
Yeah, definitely mass appeal and broadening that designer name.
Absolutely.
Okay, so maxi dress. You and I have had this conversation. A maxi dress, some people shy away from because if you're petite, you feel it might make you look a little short, or maybe it's just all one column and it doesn't give you much definition. Tell us a little bit about that.
I don't know what it is about the maxi, but it can be a little scary. It took me a little while to embrace the trend at first. I loved them, but didn't know if they would be good on me. So finally, I bit the bullet. I tried one on. I loved it, and now I've bought a few, and they've become one of my wardrobe staples. So like I said, so easy. You can throw it on after going to the beach and feel more dressed up, either paired with heels or wedges. You can really dress it up, or flat sandals.
Oh, I could see it.
Go.
I could see it easily going from a wedding to a beachy evening that's casual.
Absolutely.
So a multitasker. This is what we call a multitasker.
Exactly. You will get lots of use because you'll repeat it in your wardrobe.
Oh, great.
And if it is just falling and flowing to the ground and you want to show a little definition, a little tie around the waist, a belt, perfect, and it shows off that little waist and you're good to go.
Oh, I love that. Like almost giving it an empire waist look.
Exactly.
And then you have that nice long flow.
Perfect.
Without looking like you have a baby bump.
That's right. You don't want to just wear a big tent. You want to show off some curves and show that you still have shape under there.
Yeah, and it definitely gives itself that femininity.
Absolutely.
Well, I asked you to bring top 5. I brought my top 5, so I want your take on how these fit into the trends.
Let's see them.
Okay, so one of my favorites I can't live without are aviator sunglasses. Am I top gunning it a little bit?
Love them.
Okay. What do you think?
Perfect for summer.
Okay.
They're so beachy again, very classic. You can wear them with anything, and they're the perfect go-to.
So typically Ray-Ban, but there are so many knockoffs out there. If it's not by Ray-Ban, there's Betsy Johnson. I've seen them in Target. I've seen them everywhere. Even the gas stations, you can find fun aviators. And if you're like me and you're always losing them, I don't want to put a lot of investment into my sunglasses, right. But I do love the aviators.
Absolutely. You don't need to break the bank if they're just going to fall in the ocean or get broken.
Definitely. Well, thank you. Okay, another one, stripes. This was the nautical inspiration. I got this striped, just kind of like a knit shirt from the Gap.
Absolutely.
Let me show you. I have a little stripe going on. So you said this is your neutral. Could I wear a statement necklace with this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I've got a little nautical going on.
Yes.
And then I've got the new neutral with the stripe and the polka dot.
Perfect. You are right on trend.
Whew, I feel good. This is my third out of my top 5, a tunic.
Love the tunic.
I love a tunic. It's airy, it's breezy. This is This is one of those fun prints. This is from Brooks Brothers, but I got it at the outlet, so I'm sure I got a great deal on it. It's actually a couple years old, but is it still okay to bring it out?
Absolutely. Perfect with white skinny jeans over a bathing suit with shorts. There are so many possibilities for the tunic.
You just gave me a new idea, over a bathing suit. I never thought of this as a cover-up.
Absolutely.
This was my post-swim, not my during swim. Okay.
It will take you through the whole day.
I absolutely have a closet full of tunics. And, you know, from every color and every print. And like you said, Lily Pulitzer makes a ton of beautiful tunics in just beautiful, whimsical prints for the summer.
Yes, you can't get away from Lily in the summertime.
That's right. And you just mentioned white skinnies?
You got it.
I brought white skinnies.
Look at that.
Okay. My grandmother always said white was to be worn before Labor Day and after Memorial Day, so that gives a very short window of time to wear white. Is that true to this day?
I think people are really breaking away from the rules and having a little bit more fun. I know that has always been the typical white season, but if the weather's great, I say go for it. If it's a little bit earlier, if it's later, the sun's still shining, rock your white and you're good to go. And also winter white year-round you can do in the winter.
Oh, well, I love that because I have so many pairs of white denim, from capris to a long boot cut denim to a white skinny to a jegging. I just feel so much more summery, and it shows off a nice summer tan as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, my fifth from my top 5, I'm a Southern girl, and I wouldn't be anybody if I didn't have my cowboy boots. I wear these with shorts. I wear these with a little shift dress. What do you think?
Adorable.
Cowboy boots in the north?
You can do them in the north too, and perfect for the Southern belle. I'm gonna have to get a pair.
That's right. You're headed south.
I am. I'm going to be a Southern girl.
I think you have a Southern soul, so I think you'll do really well there, especially since you've paired up with all your blogging friends to know what's going on in the South.
That's right. I'm very excited.
But definitely get a pair of cowboy boots. You can boot scoot. You can wear them with shorts, too.
Right. That will be my first Southern purchase.
That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, we have gone through the top 10 trends of summer. We've gone through your must-haves. Gone through my must-haves. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about that, but right now I'd like to stop and take some time and give you a few announcements. You can find Pink Champagne, our friend and guest Michelle Michaud, everywhere. She's at pinkchampagneprep.blogspot.com. That is her blog. You can also find her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest as Mrs. Pink Champagne. The crew would also like to thank Maxie's Delicatessen for the tasty treats they provide us with. They're located at 117 Sharon Street here in Stoughton. Their number is 781-341-1662. The American Cancer Society is always looking for volunteers to drive cancer patients to and from their treatments. Please give them a call if you're able at 1-800-ACS-6662, or to find out more information, log on to www.cancer.org. Isles Mark's Food Pantry and St. Anthony's Free Market at the First United Methodist Church is also always looking for donations and volunteers to work the food pantry. For more information, please call Christine Gallagher at 781-341-0611 or 781-341-0549. And Meals on Wheels, another great organization looking for volunteers to deliver meals to those that can't get out. Please call and ask for Jessica at 781-344-8882, extension 2. We'd like to thank the Stoughton Penny Saver. They help us with our advertising, and they're located at 27 Rose Glen Street here in Stoughton. Their number, 781-344-4833. Our community forum showtimes are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m., Mondays at 8, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28. If you have comments and suggestions about a show or for future shows, please contact us at communityforum1@yahoo.com. Community Forum showtimes in Easton are Mondays at 9, Tuesdays at 8 a.m., Fridays at 4 in the afternoon, and Saturdays at 3 p.m. on Comcast Channel 9 or Verizon Channel 22. Again, comments and suggestions are always welcome at communityforum1@yahoo.com. Thanks for having us. We're back talking with fashion blogger and good friend of mine, Michaud. She is here to talk fashion's must-haves, the top 10 must-have items for summer as well. And now I want to talk a little bit about some common questions people have about fashion, because as a fashionista, a lot of people turn to you for advice on how to wear certain things. So one of the things that we were talking about before our announcement break was the maxi dress. A lot of people have issues with the maxi dress and the shift dress. The shift dress, a great little style, again made popular by Jackie O, but tends to make people feel a little boxy.
Yes, and that's why the shift some people might tend to shy away from, think it could be a little tricky in that it's boxy shape. But I found either some of Lily's shifts tend to run a little bit short, so if they're a little short on me, I tend to like them being a little bit straighter and boxier in the body so that they're not skin tight and short. Or if you think the length is great and you want to show off a little waist, again, you can add a belt, cinch it there at the waist, and not feel quite like a box. Wearing this cute little summer sundress.
How about darting? Like a little dart either at the top or along the waistline and the abdomen. That gives it a little shape too.
Definitely, and that can give it some definition and really show off your shape instead of just fabric hanging down on you.
I think designers are looking more to that now too, giving people a little more shape where they don't feel like they're wearing potato sack or something like that.
Right, and fit is so important. So if it fits right, it's going to look fantastic.
When you took us through the top 10 trends of summer, you talked a lot about color. How do you incorporate color into maybe a corporate or an office setting where you primarily see the black suit, the beige suit, the navy suit?
Yes, and in the corporate setting where you might be a little bit more constricted to dress codes or whatever the regulations may be, you can still play with the trends a little bit, whether depending on how strict your office setting is. If you're business casual or casual, you can have a little bit more fun. In stricter environments where you may have to wear a suit every day, you can have a little pop of color underneath your blazer or a fun big statement necklace in a fun color with your black suit. So you can really add some color and still have that classic conservative business-like look.
Does dressing for the office necessarily mean conforming to their fashion rules, or you can add that extra pop? I know in a creative field, people can pretty much show their personalities, but that more maybe a legal field where you need to be buttoned up and meeting with clients, you still need to maintain that buttoned up look.
Right, and that's where you might have to get a little more creative because you still do want to stay within the rules of your office. Definitely do not break any rules or wear anything that you shouldn't be. But you can let your personality shine through smaller things, like we said, accessories or a teeny little pop of color underneath. Maybe a bright belt with your suit or fun shoes.
That brightens up a corporate office any day.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about going out at night, and here on the South Shore, Cape weekends are a must. As long as the sun is shining, we pack up early and get to the beach. What are some of the ways to make the most of your beach time and go to dinner in a half an hour or less?
Well, I think a lot of the pieces that we've talked about today are fantastic for that kind of day. You have your bathing suit with your tunic on over it and your Roger sandals and spend the whole day at the beach. You're enjoying and relaxing, getting some sun, and then, like we said, you might not want to spend hours getting ready to go to dinner. That's where the maxi dress is the perfect fit. You can throw it on, any type of dress. I instantly feel it's easy because it's one piece, and then you instantly feel more dressed up and put together when you have a dress on. So with the maxi, I would say if it's a beachy setting, keep your flat sandals on, you're good to go. And something I love for hair, after it being wet and on the beach all day without having to blow dry and straighten it or curl
Salty hair, I hate that. I love it, but I hate it.
Exactly, and that's where I love the sock bun.
Okay, the sock bun. Is this the little top knot that I'm seeing everywhere from runway to the grocery store?
You got it. The sock bun has been born this year, and you can either buy the actual little, it looks like a donut almost, or you can make your own with a sock. That's how it got its name.
Okay.
So it looks like a donut. Like I said, if you use your own sock, you would roll it down and make this little donut, put your hair through it, and then your hair rolls around it, and you have this cute little updo that looks like you spent hours on it, but it takes a couple minutes.
So it's the perfect ballerina bun.
Absolutely.
And do you bobby pin it in, or does it stay?
It stays. You can add bobby pins if you want, just to secure it, but most hair types will just stay after it's rolled down.
Oh, magic hair. I love it. I want the perfect ballerina bun because I don't want to spend a lot of time on my hair, especially if I have a dinner date after I've spent the day on the beach.
Absolutely. A little bronzer for your sun-kissed skin, and lip gloss, mascara, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. And if we're not spending the weekends on the beach or our days off there are a lot of impromptu barbecues. I know I get an email at the last minute, come over, we're having a barbecue on Saturday afternoon. And I don't have time to go out or just go through my closet. What's a great thing to wear to a backyard barbecue without a lot of thought and effort put into it?
This is exactly the situation where I would go to one of my sundresses. Again, one piece, you throw it on, you don't have to think a lot about different pieces, and you can keep jewelry simple if it's just a backyard barbecue, very casual and beachy. Or you could even do the same dress if it's a little bit more of a formal occasion with the right shoes, jewelry. You're dressed up and you're good to go.
Okay, so one piece, easy sundress, keep it simple.
Absolutely.
All right, so then you can concentrate on making the perfect appetizer, the perfect cocktail, mix up the cookies,
Right.
put them in the oven, and you're good to go.
Exactly. And if you're going with statement jewelry, you can choose one big piece and that's your statement, and you can keep the rest simple.
Perfect. Okay, another summer wedding. That is a constant invitation. So you got your save the date and you're figuring out what to wear, but now it's hot outside, it's summertime. What is a great summer wedding outfit?
Yes, lots of summer weekends are spent wedding hopping. So again, depending on the occasion, if it's a beach wedding, if it's black tie, you might want to alter your attire a little bit. But again, a dress with the right jewelry, you're all set. Heels, even that dress that you were going to wear to the barbecue, with the right jewelry and right heels, you can really dress it up and make it wedding appropriate.
So affordability there. You have one summer dress and you can make it have legs. So versatility is key.
Absolutely. With different accessories, it can look like a totally different look.
All right. Well, what did our friend Lily say? Life is a party. Dress for it. I think these ideas are great. All right. So before we wrap everything up, I would like to talk a little bit more about your inspiration. Again, we're talking with Michaud. She is a fashion blogger here on the South Shore. Her blog is Pink Champagne. You can find her at pinkchampagne.blogspot.com with lots of fashion advice, lots of inspiration, and it's more of a lifestyle blog. Michelle has traveled extensively throughout the world, finding fashion, showing off fashion. One of her most recent blog posts was about her trip to Greece. And it's kind of like a beautiful wardrobe with beautiful backgrounds as she island hopped through the Greek Isles and just showed off a lot of the fashion that she's talked about here today. But Michelle, you talked about Jackie being a fashion inspiration, about Lily being a fashion inspiration.
Absolutely.
I know there's a lot that goes into this. Who else do you look to when you're putting together your look?
There are so many people out there and so many different ways to get inspiration. So day-to-day looks, I do take a lot of inspiration from fellow fashion bloggers out there and seeing how they wear certain pieces and thinking, oh, I have something in my closet that's similar that I could pair and get the same kind of look and make it my own. For celebrities and big names out there, there are a lot of them with great style. I couldn't choose just one, so a few that I think nail it every time. One, Kate Middleton. She always is the epitome of royalty, very chic. No one does the tailored little coat and adorable little fascinator the way she does, and always very, very put together. I've never seen her with a hair out of place or any outfit that was a fashion faux pas. So she is a fashion inspiration, not just to the British community, but to everyone out there.
And I think she was, even when we saw pictures of her in college, when she and Prince William were dating, she, like you, was born a fashion lover. She just can pull any style off, look great, and look completely effortless.
Yes, that girl was made for the crown. Another that I've seen and has grown a lot more in recent years is Olivia Palermo out in New York City. And she started just as a New York socialite and became well known working for Elle. And now she's just photographed her outfits because she always looks fabulous, and street style fashion, she always nails it. TB is one of the designers that she's always seen in and very put together, knows how to mix her prints, and the girl does it right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my last, it's not an actual person, it's more of a character, but the one girl that I would love to go shopping with and raid her closet is of Gossip Girl fame, Blair Waldorf.
Oh, I love Blair Waldorf. Actually, I love all the girls. Their style is amazing.
Absolutely. It's fun to fantasize about living on the Upper East Side and going to the occasions that they do and getting dressed like that every single day. So it's maybe not the most practical wardrobe, but it's a fantasy wardrobe of endless parties and social occasions with the closet to match.
Oh, inspiring right now.
Absolutely.
What are some of the stores that you frequent? So you're reading your blogs and you say, okay, how do I make this work in suburban Boston? Where are my go-tos? I know we both love the outlets. So
yes.
There's the Rent Them outlets where you can find me almost every weekend. But where else do you go?
And that is, I think, an amazing way to find the designers that you love at great deals. I love the Kate Spade at the Rent Them outlets, and J. Crew is always having fantastic sales. Those are a few of my staple go-tos. Lily, I love Millie, and a lot of these designers, you don't have to break the bank. You can find sales, or there are sites out there like Shop It To Me is one where it alerts you when what your favorite designer in your size goes on sale.
Shop It To Me.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because I know the thing too with things being on sale, a lot of the times you figure they're not going to have my size, everything's
Sure.
picked over. So you fill out this profile online where you put in your favorite designers, your size, and what you're looking for, and they'll send you an email with an alert every day saying, of these designers, this is what's on sale and it's available in your size.
And that's really one of those easy go-tos if you're not a shopper and you don't look at it as sport where you have to dig for something and maybe spend hours shopping, where if you really want, these great pieces that you've seen here today or just a great piece that you saw online, you just simply click and ship.
Exactly.
And get it.
And they're even expanding the website more to include that you can pick what price point you want. I don't want to see it until it goes under this. And if that piece ever does go below that price, it tells you in one click it's yours.
That's amazing. You talked about JCPenney. That
Yes.
is a company that has definitely evolved.
Absolutely.
And has gone through a lot of marketing changes.
Yes.
So they have been doing a lot more fashionable pieces. Like you said, you got your cute little peplum top from JCPenney's.
Yes, and I think they've made a huge effort to be much trendier and still affordable, but really appealing to the fashion side more than just the practical side. And I think they've done a great job with it.
One of my favorite things is to look through the magazines or the blogs and see these great inspirations and then say, okay, like you said, how can I get it for $100 or less, $50 or less, and then kind of have that idea board, whether I've pinned it on Pinterest or if I just have it in my purse or something, and I go, I'm looking for this to be my signature piece for the summer.
Exactly, and it's the thrill of the hunt. Then you get to go out and try to find it. Even TJ Maxx or somewhere might have a great designer's deal.
And TJ Maxx prides themselves on that, the designer deals for less.
Definitely.
And they're constantly updating. I mean, I'm not a spokesperson for TJ Maxx, but they just have so many different shipments. It really is never the same place twice.
And you never know what you'll find.
Right, and I think you can find even off-brands there that might have that designer inspiration that we so covet.
Right.
We are almost out of time. I wanted to thank you so much for coming in and sharing your fashion sense with us. Again, top 10 trends for summer. The chevron.
Yes, let's see if we can think of them all. Neon, mixing prints, our colored bottoms and printed bottoms.
The peplum hem.
That's right.
The tote and clutch.
Yes, we had black and white. We have a few more. What are we forgetting?
I think that's it. I really love the whole idea of the mixing of the colors. And it's not just brights. I've seen a lot of pastels out there too.
Definitely.
At the beginning of the season, it was mint green or emerald green.
Absolutely.
But that meant it can be paired with anything. beautiful with a white for
Right.
a bright, crisp look, or with a color.
Right.
Those mint green bottoms I have seen just everywhere.
Yes, it's a fantastic complement to a lot of different looks.
I think I'm ready to put my newest wish list together and hit the stores.
Sounds good. Let's go shopping.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you so much for
watching
having
Community
me.
Forum. I was going to say the best way to show your style is through your fashion, and clearly you don't have to break the bank for any of it.
That's right. Just let your personality shine through and you're good to go.
And whether you're going to a party or not, like our friend Lily said, dress like it.
That's right.